Hello everybody, it's Hannah from Dreambakes and I'm doing a summary of this week's Bake Off. So season 2 episode 2 and this is cake week, so we're all about cake at DBHQ and someone actually came in and bought some cakes to eat during watching it, which was really sweet. If she's watching then thank you very much for that, that was so cute. So first off we had the signature challenge. That was 16 pieces of any sort of tray bake, but obviously it can't just be like a straight brownie, it has to have different elements, so like frostings and different decorations, etc. So we had a lot of, like a fairly wide brief, but we had quite a lot of overlap, so there's quite a lot of rosemary used, almonds, lemon, and then there were 2 black forests, one of which got the handshake this episode, so that was, his name was Dan, so well done Dan. The second challenge, the technical, that was an interesting one, that was gâteau vert. So I've not heard of that, but it's one of those very specific French cakes that they're all kind of variations on the theme. They all have very thin layers, often covered with fondant or ganache or something like that. And this was Monet's favourite, and I don't know, it seemed to be a lot of fuss about nothing as far as I'm concerned, like sauce Monet, but yeah, I wasn't wild about it. So the reason why they chose it is because to colour the pistachio filling and also the fondant, you have to use spinach. And people used to do this all the time back when there were no sort of commercial food dyes. So they'd use spinach, they'd use beetroot, which is kind of starting to creep back in now. Carrot they used to use as dye as well, and lots of other things like that. So yeah, it's a fairly traditional way of doing it really. And spinach doesn't really taste of much anyway, so they wouldn't have been, especially with like pistachios and all the sugar in it, you wouldn't have tasted the spinach at all. There was a lot of trouble with that. I was quite surprised how many people messed up doing the genoise, given how many weeks they know in advance that they have to plan for Bake Off. You'd think they'd practice different forms of sponge, but I don't know. Some people maybe got like a bit muddled up with things, so that was a bit of an issue. Lots of underbaking, lots of layers not spaced evenly or just disappearing. Ruby didn't do particularly well with this one. I don't think Brownie did either. And then we had the showstopper, so that was a chocolate collar cake, and I wish they would just stop working with chocolate on this. I know why they do it, it's because it gives a lot of drama, and you know, it is when the standard of the people on Bake Off is quite far removed from your sort of typical home baker. It might be quite nice to sort of see people fail and struggle and have a bit of difficulty with things, so I know why they put it in, but when they know how hot and humid it is in that tent, I think it's very unfair. So Luke had a nightmare, Ruby and Raoul had the handshake, so that's 3 in this episode. He's giving them away willy-nilly now. The star baker was Rahul. Yeah, he did very well. His showstopper looked lovely, and he did well in the other challenges as well, sort of middle to top of the pack. And Luke was out, so I don't know if I was expecting that. I think if I had to have guessed, I would have maybe thought Terry. So I think Terry, Bryony and Ruby need to sort of step up the game next week. Next week is bread, so that's going to be lovely. I'm expecting some kind of enriched dough, some kind of bread sculpture type thing, bread basket, I don't know, something like that. What was your favourite bake from this week's episode? Was there anything that you would have done differently? Anybody that's caught your eye? If you're wanting any awesome cake, then do feel free to come into Dreambakes. We've always got loads of stuff in stock, including gluten-free and vegan. And I know that there's going to be a vegan week coming up, so watch out for that. And if you want to follow us on social media, it's Dreambakes Team on Twitter, Dreambakes on Facebook, and Dreambakes on Instagram. You can see loads of different events and competitions we've got coming up. Lots of exciting stuff coming up. So, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you next week with my review of the bread. Thank you. Bye.